Hi guys, welcome to another Python tutorial here on it.tutorials. I am Joseph Botnar. I invite you to another Python tutorial here on it.tutorials. This tutorial has the main goal to talk about numeric types in Python, about how to get the type of a variable using the function type, and about casting. You should know that Python has three numeric types, namely integer, float, and complex. Integer holds whole numbers. A whole number means a number without a decimal part. They could be positive or negative. The float type, numeric type, holds real numbers. Real numbers means to have a decimal part. They could be also positive or negative. The complex type has to the end of the value the letter J. So let's start an example. I'm going to declare this variable a, which is going to hold this value 12. Obviously this value 12 is a whole number. That means this variable a has the type integer. As you can see in Python, we don't have to write the type in front of the name of the variable. So let's print out the type of this variable a using this function type, and I'm going to place the a variable inside the parentheses of this function type. Let's hit the run button, and here you go, the result in console. So that means that this variable a has this type integer. Another numeric type is float type. If I assign this variable with this value 12.25, because this value has a decimal part, that means and this is actually a real number, that means this variable b will have the type numeric float. Yeah, so let's print out the type of this variable b using the same function type and the b variable inside the parentheses of type function. As you can see, variable b has the type float. Also, the last numeric type in Python is the complex type. This type, as you can see, has this J letter to the end of the value. To print out this the type of C variable, I'm going to use the print function and the type function. Yeah, let's hit the run button. Here you go. As you can see, this variable C has a complex type. So you can use this function type to find out the type of your variable, and also to print it out in console you have to use the print function. The next topic is the casting. So let's see how we can do casting. So if I want to convert this integer types or this variable to be converted from integer to float, I have to write the float function in front of the value which this variable is assigned. Yeah, and now let's run this up again, and as you can see, now this variable a has this type float and not integer, because I use this casting using this function float, as you can see. Let's see if I can convert from float to integer, because here above you saw that it is allowed to convert from integer to float. Yeah, now here I want to see if we are allowed to in Python to convert from float to integer. Therefore I'm going to write here int in front of this real number. Okay, let's run this up. Yeah, it is allowed, so we can convert from float to integer using this function int in front of the value, in front of the real number, and the value will be converted from real number or float type to integer type. Actually, the variable will have the type change from float to integer, because I use this integer function in front of this value. Let's print out the value of this variable b. I'm very curious how the value looks like, and as you can see, it is printed out only the whole part, 12. The decimal 25 is cut off. Yeah, so this is happening if you convert a float to integer. Yeah, okay. So let's see now here where we have this complex value, if we can convert complex to integer or to float. So I'm going to write here integer in front of this complex value. Okay, and let's see now this variable, if this variable c could have this type integer from a complex as it was before. Now we receive type error, can't convert complex to integer. So we can't convert complex to integer. Yeah, let's see if we can convert complex to float. Let's hit the run button. No, we can't. Also, we can't convert complex to float, so we can't do this casting. So from complex to float or from complex to integer. Okay, but let's see if we can do the conversion from integer to complex or from float to complex. Let's see. I'm going to write here complex. Okay. Yeah, we can. So we can convert from integer to complex, because now this variable a has this type complex. Let's see if we can do it here, where we have this real number, and actually the original type of this b is float. Then let's run. Yeah, so as you can see, this b variable has this type now complex, so we can convert from float to complex also. All right, so let's cut off these lines. Okay, and I'm going to declare here two string variables, a, and this one I'm going to assign it with this value, which is a text. Actually 1 2 3 is not a number type, and you can see this if I print it out, the type of this variable a. Yeah, you can see the type is string and not a numeric type. Why? Because I put this number inside these double quotes. The same thing will happen if I put a single quote. Yeah, and here this variable b, also I'm going to assign it with this string 245, and let's check the type. Is the same thing. We are going to have the string type and not the numeric type, even there is number, because the numbers are placed inside the double quotes. So let's run this now. Yeah, we have for both variables string type. Okay, but let's see if we can do the casting. If I put here integer, let's see if I can do the casting from string to integer. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can do it. As you can see here, we have now the integer type for the both variables, because I use the casting from string to integer using this integer function in front of the string value, in front of the text value. Yeah, even there are numbers, they are considered a text, a string. Yeah, let's see if we can do the same thing with the float, if we can do the conversion from string to float also. Yes, we can do it now. These two variables has the float type because I use the conversion from string to float using this float function. Now I can do arithmetic operation with these two variables, a plus b, because now they have a numeric type. At this moment they have the float type. Yeah, let's run. And here we go, this is the result, 368. Yeah, let's do the math very quick. 5 plus 3, 8, 4 plus 2, 6, 2 plus 1, 3. So the result is 368. And we have the decimal point and the 0. The decimal 0 here because the type is float. If I put here in it the decimal point and 0, the decimal will disappear, will be removed, as you can see. Yeah, and this number is the result of addition operation between a and b variable, between the values held by these two variables a and b. But what is happening if I remove the casting? Yeah, let's remove both castings. Okay, and now run again. What I get a concatenation. These two numbers will be concatenated, as you can see, because now they are considered by Python compiler a string, both of them. Yeah. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching this video tutorial. I'm waiting for you to watch my other tutorials. See you next time. Bye bye.